Good morning, everybody. So we're going to start at 10 a.m. with a gentle Hatha yoga class. Feel free to tune in, grab your mat. If you have blocks, set up your blocks, and we'll get started shortly. Hey, Jen. So if anybody has any requests for today, please feel free to post in the comments. If you have parts of the body that need attention, if you'd like an extended meditation or some breathing techniques, some stress reduction techniques. I mean, yoga is a stress reduction technique in general. It's wonderful for finding balance, but if you have anything in particular you want to focus on today, please feel free to post in the requests. My live video looks a little bit different than it usually does, so bear with me as I figure out what's going on here. Hey, Beth Ann. So while we're waiting, everybody grab a mat. If you don't have a mat, you can improvise using a carpet. Grab a blanket. If you have a pillow or a bolster, feel free to grab one of those. If you have blocks, grab some blocks. If you don't have blocks, no worries. Maybe you can improvise with some thick books. And if you have a strap handy, grab a strap as well. If you don't have a strap, no worries. You can use a towel or you can use a belt. And so grab a few items. Feel free to grab some water as well to have handy, and we'll get started in just a few minutes. Again, I'm taking requests. If anybody has anything in particular that they'd like to focus on, please feel free to list that in the comments while we're waiting. So again, while we're waiting for other people to join us, feel free to grab a pillow if you have one. Feel free to grab a blanket or two, just in case, to have handy. You can fold it up nice and evenly in a rectangular shape like this. Grab your blocks. If you have blocks, again, if you don't, you can improvise with some books, or you can just skip that altogether if you don't think you need them. And then also, if you have a strap, again, if you don't have a strap, no worries. You can use a belt, you can use a towel. And go ahead and get yourself all set up and ready for us to start in just a few moments. Hey, no worries, Kelly. This video is going to be available. I'm going to post it on my page and in the group. So if you're not ready to practice just yet and you want to practice later, you'll be able to do so. Morning, love. And if anybody has requests, please feel free to let me know. This morning, we're going to be doing a really gentle flow. This afternoon at 5 o'clock, we'll do a little bit more of a rigorous vinyasa flow. And so you can join us for both or just join us for one. Again, they'll always be accessible on the group page that I've created, Lindsay Jamison Yoga and Mindfulness. And they'll be on my page as well, both the art and yoga page and my personal page. How's everybody feeling today? It's been a very interesting couple of weeks so far, right? Hope you're all staying grounded. It's been very challenging for all of us. And I've got to say, I'm really grateful to have these resources, these practices available to share with you and also practice myself to stay grounded in these really interesting times, to say the least. So when we get started in just about 2 minutes, I'm going to be reading a little excerpt from this wonderful book called Comfortable with Uncertainty by Pema Chodron. And hopefully that can give us a little bit of inspiration as we move throughout the practice today. Ooh, snow. That sounds awesome, Willow. How are you, love? Taylor and I actually went to Canada to try to catch some snow earlier in February. Oh, we caught a little bit of it, just a little bit, but I miss the snow. It's raining here in Philly. It would be really nice if it was snow, especially since most of us don't need to leave the house. So again, if you're getting ready to practice with us, feel free to grab your props. Cold, ooh. Hopefully you can warm up with us today. All right. We'll begin in just a moment, everybody. If anybody has requests, feel free to post that in the comments right now. I also just want to let you know before we get started, please listen to your body. You're practicing at your own risk today. If you're feeling any tension or pain that doesn't feel right in your body, know that you always have an option to opt out of a pose, to back off if it's feeling a little bit too intense. And you can always rest whenever you need to. So please allow the sensations in your body to guide you. Know that there's no competition in yoga. And so honor yourself, be compassionate and kind with your body. We can definitely do some hip opening today. Sounds good. Okay, it's 10 a.m. Welcome, everybody. So allow yourself to find a comfortable seat. I'm going to begin by just reading a little excerpt today, which will help guide us through our flow. Again, listen to your body as we practice today. Get yourself centered. If you'd like, you can sit up on a pillow, a blanket, a bolster, whatever you might have at home, making sure that you're feeling comfortable in your seated position, perhaps sitting in Sukhasana with the legs crossed, allowing the knees to fall toward the floor. And again, giving yourself that little elevation so your pelvis is a little higher than your knees. And take a moment to lengthen through your spine. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. And perhaps soften or close the eyes. And I'll begin with a little reading from this book, Comfortable with Uncertainty by Pema Chodron. All activities should be done with one intention: breathing in, breathing out, feeling resentful, feeling happy, being able to drop it, not being able to drop it, eating our food, brushing our teeth, walking, sitting. Whatever we're doing could be done with one intention. That intention is that we want to wake up. We want to ripen our compassion. And we want to ripen our ability to let go. We want to realize our connection with all beings. Everything in our lives has the potential to wake us up or to put us to sleep. Allowing it to awaken us is up to us. And just take a moment to sit with that. Instead of thinking about it, letting those words sink in on a feeling level. And as you connect to Pema Chodron's words, considering one intention for your practice this morning. Feeling that length in your spine. Begin to notice the flow of your breath without changing it yet. Just tapping into that baseline awareness of what is in this moment right now. Getting curious about the quality of your breath. And then we'll begin to consciously slow down and deepen the breaths. So again, feeling that length in the spine so you have that full capacity for the breath. As you breathe in through the nose, expand your belly out like a balloon. And as you exhale through the nose, draw the navel in toward the spine, releasing all the air, acknowledging that pause before the inhalation. Breathing in, expand your belly out. Fill your rib cage in every direction. The front, the sides, the back of the rib cage expand. Exhale from the ribs down to the bottom of the belly. Draw the navel in. Release the air. Let it go. Breathing in, expand your belly consciously. Fill the rib cage in every direction. Fill your upper chest as far up as you can go without force. And exhaling, releasing the air through the nose from the chest all the way down to the bottom of the belly. And continue this 3-part breath at your own pace. Each inhalation invites the breath into the belly and expands upward. And each exhalation releases from the top of the lungs as you let go of every last inch of stale air. Take your time with this, knowing that this 3-part breath is also a standalone practice that you can do at home if you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, disconnected, ungrounded, knowing that you always have access to this tool. Now engage the Ujjayi breath, that slight gentle contraction in the back of the throat. So you're squeezing the glottis in the back of the throat that creates a little constriction and an audible noise with the breath like ocean waves. Pairing this with that 3-part breath. And as you breathe, feeling those sitting bones grounding down into the earth. Breathing in, feel that length in the spine. And as you exhale, slowly lower the chin toward the chest. Breathing in, roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Pause here for a moment. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, roll the chin back down to the chest. Breathing in, roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Pausing here for a moment. Exhaling, chin back down to chest. Continue this at your own pace, moving from side to side, linking that movement with the breath. And really tuning in this morning and investigating what it is that your body is needing. What is it that your mind needs? Take your time. Be intentional with the movement, with the breath. And the next time the chin comes down to the chest, just pausing here for a moment, softening, releasing. Breathing in, bring the head back to center. Gently bring the arms out to your sides. Engage the core here, so feeling strong through the navel. Breathing in, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, releasing the arms out and down. Continuing a few more times, linking the movement with the breath. The next time the arms rise, interlace the fingers, turn the palms skyward. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Continue to draw the crown of the head skyward. Feel your sitting bones grounding, connecting down as the palms reach up. Being intentional here, being present in this moment right now. And as you exhale, release the arms, draw them down, shoulders height, press the palms away from you as if you're stopping traffic. And we'll start to create some circles with the arms. Breathing expansively, intentionally. And then reversing the direction of the circles. And then pausing for a moment, keeping the arms out by the sides, turn the palms to face up. Perhaps a little bend of the elbows if that feels supportive. And then exhale, gently releasing the arms down. Breathing in, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, drop it away. We'll come into a little twist. So place the right hand on the left knee. Sweep the left arm forward, and as you exhale, left arm sweeps back. Follow with your gaze. Plant the fingertips a few inches away from the base of the spine. Now try not to lean back here. You want to keep that length as if there's a string drawing you up through the crown of the head. And perhaps gazing over that left shoulder if that feels supportive here. Again, you're not leaning back. You're not placing weight into that left hand. You're lengthening and softening without force. On the next inhale, stay in your twist. Lift that left arm skyward. And as you exhale, draw your right shoulder towards your right knee. Continue to rotate the rib cage open. Expansive breaths here. And then as you exhale, rotating forward, bringing the left hand to the right knee, relax your head and neck. Breathing in, slowly rise back up. Now we'll switch the direction of the legs. So if your right leg was in front of the left, go ahead and switch them. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Bring the left hand to the right knee. Right arm out in front of you. And as you exhale, sweep that right arm back. Follow with the gaze. Plant the fingertips a few inches from the base of the spine, wherever it feels most comfortable here. Again, feeling that length on the inhalation. Maybe gazing over the right shoulder if that feels supportive. And as you exhale, softening all the tension in your body, relaxing your shoulders, your face, unhinge the jaw. Now stay in your twist, a little engagement of your core. Sweep that right arm up, and as you exhale, draw the left shoulder toward the left knee, the left thigh. Rotate the rib cage open. Relax the shoulders. Breathe into the side of your body here. And then exhale, rotating forward as you bring the right hand to the left knee. Relax the head and neck. And take a moment to walk the arms out as you come into a seated forward fold. Keep your sitting bones grounded here. Soften through your head and neck. If you need a little support, you can stack your fists and rest your forehead. And just take a moment of surrender, a moment of letting go, and being present with whatever is in your experience right now. And then breathing in very slowly and mindfully. Walk your way back up, and we'll transition onto the hands and knees on the mat. If you have any knee problems, you can feel free to set up the blanket underneath of the knees for a little extra cushion and support here. So making our way into tabletop. The knees are about hips width distance apart. The hips are stacked the knees are stacked directly below the hips. Hands come underneath of the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Breathing in, lift the head, chest, and tailbone. Exhaling, tuck the tailbone round through the spine as you press into your hands. And continue here on the inhale, lifting, and on the exhale, rounding. Move with your breath. Move at your own pace. Just a few more rounds of cat-cow, awakening through the spine. Really paying attention to what you're noticing as you move today. And then on the next inhalation, come back to tabletop with a flat spine. So you're gazing down at your mat, the crown of the head is reaching forward. We're going to start to warm up a little bit. So breathing in, the right leg lifts straight back. And as you exhale, that little engagement in your core as you draw the right knee toward the nose toward the right knee. Pressing firmly into your hands. Inhale, lift the right leg, gaze forward. Exhale, right knee to nose. And continue at your own pace. Breathing in to lift and lengthen. Exhaling, knee to nose. Move at your own pace. Listening to your body, balancing effort with ease. Stiram Sukham Asanam. Finding balance in your practice. And don't forget your breath. Let the breath guide your movements. Now the next time you lift that right leg back, pause here. If you feel like the right hip is lifted high, gently draw it down so your pelvis is parallel to the floor below you. Press that right heel back as if you're pushing into a wall. Lift up and out of the shoulders, strong engagement through the arms, the legs, and the core. Now you can stay here or reach the left arm forward, plugging the shoulder into the socket. Take your time here. If you need to come out, know that you can do so. Now on the exhale, lower your left hand first, and then swing your right leg over to the left side. Tuck your toes, press back through your heel, and then gaze over your left shoulder. Pause here for a moment. Expansive breaths. And then breathing in, slowly draw that right knee back to the mat and just rock the hips from side to side here. Receive a breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. And then pause for a moment as you gently sit back into child's pose. If you'd like, knees can come out a little wider to support the torso falling between the thighs. Arms walk forward so you get a nice stretch through the shoulders here. And just take a moment, tuning back in. Simply being aware of what is right now. And then breathing in, let's gently rise back up to hands and knees. If the knees came out wide, make sure that they come back in so that they're parallel and the knees are stacked under the hips. Now a little engagement in the legs and core. Inhale, left leg rises straight back. Exhale, left knee to nose, nose to knee. Breathing in, the left leg rises, a little gaze forward, and exhale, knee to nose. Make sure the fingers are still spread wide. Make sure the hands are directly underneath of your shoulders, bone stacked above bone, to really help support you as you move throughout this sunbird posture. Link the movement with the breath. And the next time that left leg rises, pause here. Again, check in with the hip. Make sure it's parallel to the floor. Press back through that left heel. Lift up and out of the shoulders. Strong engagement of your core. You can stay here or right arm reaches forward. Plug the shoulder into the socket. Expansive breaths. And then exhale, lower the right hand down. Sweep your left leg over to the right. Tuck your toes. Press back through that left heel. Gaze over your right shoulder. And breathe. And on the inhale, slowly drawing that left knee back to the mat. Rock the hips from side to side. You can let the knees come out wide, big toes together, and on the exhale, gently sit back into child's pose. Receive a breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Allow the body to soften here. Come back to your personal intention. What is it that gives purpose and meaning to your movement today? And then breathing in, slowly rising back up to hands and knees. We're going to gently come into a lunge here. So let's step the right foot between the hands. If you have blocks or books, you can feel free to set that up. Now make sure the right foot's stacked under the right knee, or the right knee stacked above the right ankle. And on an inhale, engage the core, bring the hands up to that right thigh. Lengthen through the spine, draw the pubic bone in toward the navel slightly. Relax your shoulders back and down. Now you can stay here, or on an inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Relax your shoulders away from the ears, reach through the fingers. Now you can stay here, or perhaps bend the elbows coming into cactus arms. Another option, again, listen to your body. If it feels good, a little arch back. Expansive breaths. Staying strong through the legs. Staying strong through the navel. Breathing in, arms rise up. Breathing out, bring your right hand to your right hip. Now I'm just going to transition for a moment so you can see this from another angle. You can stay where you are. So the left arm is still in the air, and as you exhale, you're going to gently tip over to the right. Now stay strong here through the legs. Nice foundation of support. Relax your shoulders. Big breaths into that left hip, the left side of the body. Breathing in, rise and reach up. Exhale, release both arms down to frame that right foot. Now pause for a moment. Maybe you're using blocks, maybe your fingertips are on the mat. And on an inhale, shift the pelvis back as you straighten your right leg here for Hanumanasana pose. Now the hips are parallel to the front of the mat. You're rounded through the spine. Hands can come underneath of the shoulders for support. And notice that my left hip is stacked directly above my left knee still. Right toes are pointing skyward. Receive a few breaths here. And then breathing in, begin to shift the weight forward into that right foot as you bend the right knee. Now pause here for a moment, this time letting that left hip drop toward the floor slightly. And then when you're ready, very gently slide the right knee back. Rock the hips from side to side. And then we'll transition here, this time stepping the left foot between the hands. Again, find your way there in whatever way is appropriate for you. You can pause here, or on an inhale, drawing the hands up to the left thigh. Strong through the legs. Checking in to make sure that the knee's in alignment with the hip, and the knee is stacked behind or above the ankle for support. Little engagement through the core, and on an inhale, if it serves you, arms rise. Relax the shoulders. Expansive breaths, feeling that length through your spine. Now you can stay here, or you can bend the elbows coming into cactus arms. You can stay here, or a little arch back, lifting the heart, rolling the shoulders back and down, slight lift of the chin. Breathe. Listening to your body, listening to those sensations, and honoring your body, being kind to your body. Breathe in, reach the arms and torso straight up. Exhale, left hand to left hip. Right arm rises as you lengthen through your spine, and on the exhale, gently tip over to the left. Expansive breaths. Again, if something feels too intense, back off. You can always opt out. This is your practice. Choose what feels best in your body right now. Breathing in, rising back up, reaching the arms back up. Exhale, releasing the hands down to the mat or the blocks or the books, whatever you got. Now breathing in, shift your pelvis backward. As you straighten your left leg, walk the hands back to accommodate. So the hands are under the shoulders. Your right knee is stacked below your right hip. The left hip is drawing back. Left toes pointing skyward. Soften through the face. Soften through the upper body. And breathe here in Hanumanasana pose. One more breath. And then breathing in, we'll shift the weight forward back into that left foot, bend the left knee, pause here. Now this time, we'll tuck the right toes under, giving a little lift. And on the next exhale, carefully guide that right foot to meet the left for a forward fold at the front of your mat. Feet are hips width distance apart. You can relax the head and neck. Fingertips can line up with the outer toes, or you can hold on to the elbows. If you'd like, you can give a gentle shake of the head, yes. A little shake of the head, no. Maybe a little rock of the torso from side to side. Stay grounded here through your feet, letting the weight be balanced from the balls of the toes all the way back to the heels. And then find stillness in your forward fold. For those of you with low back discomfort, maybe the elbows are resting on the thighs here in your forward fold. Be where you are. That's exactly where you need to be today. Now breathing in, slide your hands up your shins, flatten through the back. Crown of the head reaches forward as you're gazing down at the mat. Roll the shoulders back and down. Pause here for a moment. And then exhale, let it go. Fold back down. Breathing in, press into your feet, engage the core as you sweep your arms out and up, rise up to tall mountain. Perhaps palms touch as you look up. And exhale, hands to heart center. As you arrive, receive a breath in. Let it go. And just take a moment to notice what it feels like to be standing on your own 2 feet here, grounding, maybe even waving the weight from side to side. And then take a moment to really ground. Feet are hips width distance. If you have a blanket on your mat, you can go ahead and push it off to the side. And we'll flow through a really slow and gentle sun salutation. So starting at the top of your mat in mountain pose, grounding into the ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe, heel, strengthen your legs, engage the core, relax the shoulders back and down. Palms can face forward or rest on the thighs. Feeling length in your spine, chin is parallel to the floor. Take a moment, and again, just be steady here in mountain pose. On an exhale, hands come together in front of heart center. Breathing in, sweep the arms out and up. Palms might touch. And as you exhale, hinge from the waist, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, flatten through the back. And then exhale, little bend of the knees. You can plant your fingertips or grab your blocks here, your choice. Step your right foot back for a lunge, runner's lunge. Press the right heel back, left knee forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. Again, if you have blocks, you can find that elevation here if that feels good. Pausing for a moment. On an inhale, straighten the left leg, reach the right heel backward, soften through the head and neck. Breathing in, bend the left knee, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. Breathing in, plant your palms under the shoulders, step the left foot back for plank pose. And as you exhale, lower the knees, chest and chin. Squeeze your elbows in. On the next inhale, slide down onto your belly. Tops of the feet press. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. A little lift of the chin, squeeze your elbows in as you roll the shoulders back, cobra pose. Exhale, lower the upper body, shift the weight back to hands and knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And as you arrive here in down dog, you can walk it out if you'd like. You can shake the head out. Being very mindful, very aware. Using your breath to your advantage. And then finding stillness, pressing firmly into your palms, pushing your body away from you. Breathing in, right leg rises. Exhale, carefully step that right foot between the hands. Know that you can take the right hand and help shift that right foot forward if need be. Pause here in your runner's lunge. Pressing the right knee forward, left heel back. A little lift of the heart. On the next exhale, shift the weight into the right foot as you bring the left foot forward into a fold. Breathing in, slide the hands halfway up the shins, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Now you can either keep the feet in mountain, hips width distance, or step the feet together. And on an inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. Arms rise for chair pose. And on the next exhale, forward fold. Breathing in, sweep the arms out and up. Rise up, reach up. And exhale, hands through heart center. Receive a breath in. Let it go. Breathing in, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hinge from the waist and fold. Remember, you can bend the knees if need be. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, plant the hands, fingertips, or grab your blocks as you step the left foot back for a runner's lunge. Pressing right knee forward, left heel back. Try not to sink your pelvis here, a little lift in engagement. And then breathing in, straighten your right leg, press your left heel back as you round through the spine. Breathing in, bend the right knee, lift the heart. And then when you're ready, plant your palms carefully. Step your right foot back for plank pose. Exhale, lowering knees, chest, chin, or coming all the way down to the belly, if that's more supportive. And the next inhale, coming down into cobra, sliding onto the belly, rolling the shoulders back if you'd like, maybe lifting a little higher here, pressing into your palms, squeezing those elbows in. Exhale, lower the upper body down, shift the weight back, downward facing dog. Receive a breath in, let it go. If you'd like, you can pedal here or just find stillness. Breathing in, the left leg rises. Exhale, carefully step that left foot between the hands. Again, remember, if it doesn't quite reach, you can use that left hand to assist it forward. Roll the shoulders back, a little lift in your heart here. Exhaling, right foot meets the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold back down. And again, your choice here, feet can stay in hips width distance, mountain pose, or you can step the feet together. Little space between the heels. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. Arms rise for chair pose. This feels intense on the arms, maybe finding cactus arms, maybe drawing them out wide. Maybe just reaching them forward. And exhale, releasing and relaxing down. You can set the feet back out wide if you'd like. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms touch, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Receive a breath in. Let it go. 2 more. Excellent. Now let's turn to the side of the mat and step the feet out wide as is comfortable. Now take a look down. Heels are in alignment. And then let's turn the toes out towards the corners of the mat slightly. Find the angle that feels good for you. Now if you have a strap handy, one option here that you can play with if you have a block or a belt, a strap or a towel, is that you can hold on shoulders width distance with the hands. Now this is optional. If you don't have a prop, no worries. On the inhale, you can just reach the arms straight up. And on the exhale, we'll bend the elbows and bend the knees. Inhale, rise and reach. If you're holding on to a strap, you can keep the arms straight. If you don't have a strap, bend your elbows, bend your knees. And continue, inhale, rising, and exhale, bending. Move at your own pace. Again, the option without a strap is to bend the elbows with the knees for goddess pose. Let's do this one more time. And then pause. Maybe palms face in toward one another. Weight is rolling into the outer feet, the outsides of the feet. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, release the arms down. Let's this time turn the toes so they point in toward one another, slightly pigeon-toed. Again, checking in, making sure those heels are still in alignment. Hands come to the hips. Breathing in, a little lift of the heart, roll the shoulders back, lift the chin. You're strong through the legs. And as you exhale, hinge from the waist as you fold. Maybe bringing the hands down toward the mat. If you have blocks, you can use your blocks here. Hands are underneath the shoulders. On an inhale, straighten the arms. Extend the crown of the head forward, flatten through the spine. And then exhale, fold back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, hinging from the waist, softening. Now you can stay here, or maybe, if you'd like, you can walk the hands over to the left. Maybe hands come to the shin, ankle, or foot. Soften through the head and neck. Breathing in, walk the hands back through center. Breathing out, walking over to the right. Again, hands can be on the shin, ankle, foot, whatever feels most supportive here. And then breathing in, coming back through center. Place the hands on the hips, nice and strong through the legs, a little bend to the knees if you need to, and on the inhale, rise back up through center. And then we'll carefully step the feet back in. Give the body a little shake. Big breath in. Let it go. And then we'll try a more challenging balancing pose today. I'll give you some options, so be where you are. Find your mountain pose first. Feet are hips width distance. Strengthen your legs. Engage the core. Place the weight into your left foot and turn the right hand back. Thumb presses back as if you're hitchhiking. We're going to do Natrajasana pose or dancing Shiva. Now as the weight is in the left foot, you're going to bend your right knee. Now you may or may not be able to grab that right foot. If you can't, you can hang out with the toes to the floor, roll that right shoulder back, or if it feels supportive, you can keep the knee bent. Otherwise, hold on to the inside of your foot Thumb comes to the sole of the foot, fingers are on the top of the foot. Now engage and lengthen. On an inhale, left arm rises. Now maybe you stay here, if that's in the cards today, or if it feels supportive, on an exhale, you can begin to tip forward as you draw that right leg back. Standing knee can be slightly bent as you reach forward. Keep your gaze focused in front of you. One more breath here, and then breathing in, slowly rise and reach. Exhale, release. Give the body a little shake, let go of any tension. And then we'll try that on the other side. So finding mountain pose, strengthening the legs, placing the weight in the right foot. Turn the left hand back, thumb reaches back. You can stay here, you can just tuck the toes as you bend the knee. You can bend the knee, or you can grab a hold of the foot. Again, hold the inside of the foot, thumb to the sole of the foot, fingers to the top. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, keep your gaze focused as you begin to hinge from the waist and lean forward. Now be where you are. If you have a wall nearby, you can bring your fingers to the wall for a little support. Expansive breaths here. And then inhale, rising back up. Exhale, release, little shake. Big breath in, let it go. And then when you're ready, let's come down onto the mat on our belly. Take your time as you arrive here. Being very mindful of your transition and how you're moving your body. And we'll do a little contralateral locust. So bringing your arms down to the floor, out in front of you. Zip your legs in toward one another. Sorry about that. So again, zipping your legs together, tops of the feet press. Either the chin or the forehead's on the mat. Breathing in, lift the right arm, left leg, head and chest. Exhale, release it all down. Inhale, lift the left arm, right leg, head and chest. Exhale, release, and continue at your own pace, moving with your breath. Taking your time, balancing effort with ease, moving without force. The inhale invites the lengthening and the lifting, and the exhale allows the body to be released. And once you've done both sides evenly, stack your forearms, rest your forehead, bend your knees, rock your feet from side to side. Receive a big breath in, let it go. And then when you're ready, releasing the legs down, sliding your hands under your shoulders, and we're going to press back into a child's pose. Let the knees come out wide, big toes come together, sitting back, walking the arms forward, and relax here. Again, returning to your personal intention for your practice today. Breathing into that intention. Breathing into your body. Staying present. Staying open. And then breathing in Let's slowly rise back up to hands and knees for a moment. And then we'll transition. You can cross your ankles and then sit back and swing the legs out in front of the body. Now another option is just to transition whatever way feels most comfortable for you. So we're going to do a seated spread leg fold. If you'd like, you can turn to the side of your mat so that when you allow the legs to come out wide, your heels are supported. If you'd like, you can grab a blanket, or if you have even a pillow, you can sit up on the edge if this is creating any discomfort in your body. That's an option. Just sitting right on the edge so the sitting bones and the pelvis lift slightly. Now here, engage your legs, press them down, flex the feet skyward, lengthen through the spine. And if you do have a strap or a towel or a belt, you can have that handy. If you don't have one of those, don't worry. You can do this without it as well. So breathing in, lengthen through the spine. Let's reach the arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, gently turn the torso toward the right. And then hinge from the waist and fold. Maybe hands rest on the shins, maybe the ankle, maybe the foot. Maybe you're using your strap here for a little support. Keep your left sitting bone grounded. If you feel this left sitting bone lift, press it back down. A slight rotation of that left rib cage toward the right thigh. Soften through the head and neck. And breathe. Balancing effort with ease. And so what does that feel like in your body when you find that balance? And just check in. Are you being kind and compassionate to yourself right now as you practice? Are you letting the mind wander? Or are you letting the mind stay focused in the moment with the breath? And then breathing in slowly and mindfully, walk your way back up. You can shift the strap over to get ready if you have one. Now let's lengthen through the spine. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, little shift over toward the left with the torso. And then hinge from your waist, lead with your chest as you fold over that left leg. Again, hands can rest on the shins, ankle, foot. You can use your strap or your belt or your towel, whatever you may have. If you don't have it, you don't need it. No worries. Be where you are. Right sitting bones grounded. Right rib cage rotating toward the left. Soften. Unhinge your jaw. Soften your brow. Maybe even softening your gaze. Breathe into the tension. And then breathing in slowly and mindfully. Walk your way back up. We'll come back to center. Now this time lengthen through your spine, strengthen your legs. You can keep the fingertips on the floor. And as you exhale, hinge from your waist, lead with your heart, and begin to walk your way forward. Maybe hands rest on the floor. If you have blocks, you can use those to support yourself. Maybe some of you, the forearms might come down to the mat. You can even bring the hands together and rest your forehead here as well, keeping the elbows on the floor. So find a position that allows you to balance effort with comfort and breathe here. Remember, back off if you need to. Opt out if your body's asking for that. Find your breath. Find your intention. And then breathing in very slowly and mindfully, we'll walk our way back up. You can use the hands here to gently draw those legs back toward one another. When you arrive, maybe bouncing knees, windshield wipering through the feet. You can make little circles here with the ankles as well. And then let's make our way down onto our back on the mat, and we'll prepare for bridge pose. Take your time as you transition. Now bring your feet to the floor. Draw your heels as close to the buttocks as is comfortable. Let your feet still be hips width though. Please don't bring your feet together, then you won't have a firm base for support here. Now tuck your chin in towards your chest so you lengthen through the back of your neck. Arms come into the sides. Inhale, lift your pelvis skyward. Keep your knees in alignment with your hips. Don't let them fall out. And as you exhale, slowly lower one vertebra at a time. Let's do that again. Inhale, lifting, pressing into the feet, pressing into the arms. Exhale, slowly lowering. Do that one more time, and you'll have an option here to either hold the pose, or if that doesn't serve your body, you can continue lifting and releasing, flowing. You can stay here, you can reach back, grab the heels, or interlace the fingers and the palms, rolling the shoulders in and lifting the pelvis a little higher. Expansive breaths, whatever you choose. Know that you can choose whatever feels most appropriate in your body. I'm just a tour guide. Choose your own adventure. And as you exhale, release the arms out if they are under you, and slowly, slowly draw one vertebra at a time back down. Now walk your feet out to be the width of the mat here, and then rock your knees from side to side. And then coming to stillness, exhale, please draw your knees in towards your chest. Place the hands on the knees. Inhale, shift the knees away from you. Exhale, pull the knees in toward the chest. Now you can continue doing this, or you can start to make circles, letting both of the knees move together in circles. Moving in both directions. Doing a little massage to that low back. And if you'd like, you can even let those knees come out and make circles like a figure eight, moving at your own pace. And the next time the knees come into the chest, just pause for a moment. On an exhale, draw the nose toward the knees, wrap the arms around the shins, squeeze into a little ball. And exhale, slowly release the feet down to the mat. Receive a big breath in. Let it go. And then we'll prepare for our final resting posture of Shavasana. For those of you with low back pain or discomfort, you can keep your feet on the floor the width of the mat and then let the knees fall together. If you have a pillow or a blanket, you can slide that under the thighs, which also is really nice for that low back. Or you can just bring the legs straight down. Let them be about the width of the mat. Let the toes fall away from you. Let the arms come down a few inches away from the body, palms face up. And close your eyes here. And just take a moment to notice what it feels like to transition into stillness. If you'd like, you can even cover yourself with a blanket if you're feeling a little chilly as the body temperature lowers during this time of rest. And feel the weight of the body melting into the mat. Allow yourself to completely let go and rest. Receive a breath in. Let it go. And begin to bring gentle movement back to your body. You can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, circle ankles, wrists. Slowly reawaken into this day. Bringing the feet to the floor and gently rolling over onto one side. And very gently pressing your way back up to a comfortable seated position for our closing. And as you arrive here, we can draw the palms together in front of heart center or find a gesture that feels appropriate for you. And we'll close with the sound of Om. Please receive a breath in to begin. The light in me honors and respects the light in each of you. I'm so grateful that you've joined us for practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, for joining in this practice of gentle Hatha yoga today. I'll be back at 5 o'clock today for a more rigorous vinyasa flow class if you're interested. Also, I freely offer these classes because I know that we all need this in this time. But if you are able and willing to donate, that's also incredibly appreciated. I realize that a lot of us are out of work at this time, and it's a very precarious time for all of us. And so if you're not able to donate, then I would greatly appreciate you sharing these videos with your friends, anybody who might be interested. Feel free to tag them, share the videos, spread the good word. I also will be offering meditation classes, chair yoga classes for those that might have limitations. And I'll be back for more gentle Hatha and Vinyasa classes as well. And if you find that you're interested in something and you're not seeing it being expressed in any of these videos, feel free to comment, feel free to request. I'm going to be putting together a schedule for the rest of the week today. And so your requests are appreciated. And for those of you who are still there who may have missed the beginning passage that I read, I'd just like to read that one more time because it really hits home for me, especially in this really difficult time that we're in right now. And remembering we're all in this together. We might be stuck in our homes by ourselves, feeling a little lonely, feeling a little scared, or a lot scared. And that's totally okay, knowing that it's really important to be present with what's happening, to allow yourself to feel your emotions if that's a safe container for you, and to process what's happening as it's happening. Because when we ignore our emotions, when we push all of that to the side, well, it eventually comes back and around for us to deal with. Emotions and feelings are a way that our body and our nervous system is communicating to us that there's something that needs to be paid attention to. So that being said, I'm going to read this passage one more time for all of you. This comes from a book called Comfortable with Uncertainty by Pema Chodron. She's an incredible Buddhist teacher. And so this passage is labeled, "All activities should be done with one intention. Breathing in, breathing out, feeling resentful, feeling happy, being able to drop it, not being able to drop it, eating our food, brushing our teeth, walking, sitting. Whatever we're doing could be done with one intention. That intention is that we want to wake up. We want to ripen our compassion. And we want to ripen our ability to let go. We want to realize our connection with all beings. Everything in our lives has the potential to wake us up or to put us to sleep. Allowing it to awaken us is up to us." So if there's any way that I can support you all through these interesting times that we're in, please let me know. I'll continue to share inspiring passages and continue to offer classes. And if anybody's interested in any private sessions, those are also available at a sliding scale rate. And so in private sessions, we can really cater the meditations, the movements, the breathing techniques to what you're needing in your life right now. We can process and use our yogic lifestyle skills to better serve you. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. It's such a deep blessing to be able to be here sharing these practices with you all. And I hope you're all staying grounded. And I'll see you at 5 o'clock this afternoon for a Vinyasa flow class. Take care, everybody. Namaste.